The PDGA rating system is a way to tell objectively how good a player is. Every round played at a PDGA sanctioned league or event gets a rating, and the average of those rounds is a person's player ratings. Kind of. This is our complete guide to PDGA ratings. We'll start with round rating. To calculate each rating for a round, the PDGA's system first calculates what a 1,000 rated round would be based on the players who played in that round that have an established rating. From there, it calculates how many points a stroke is worth. And then from there, you can kind of calculate what each round rating is going to be. So let's say hypothetically that 1,000 rated exactly round is a 50 on a given course, and a player goes out and shoots a 60, and the value of a stroke is 10 points. Well, that player would shoot a 900 rated round because it is 10 strokes times the 10 points worse than that 1,000 rated round. Usually a stroke is going to be anywhere from 7 to 12 points depending on how everybody played or how the 1,000 rated hypothetical player fits in the standings. Round ratings are calculated independently for each round played, and that's to calculate for course conditions. So if you played a 2-round event, even though the baskets don't move between the rounds, the rating can be different for the same score in both rounds. So if in the morning it was really cold and really muddy and the course played really difficult, but everything dried up and warmed up for the afternoon round, the same score is going to be a lot harder to get in the morning round, and then it's going to be rated a lot higher than the afternoon round. And because ratings are based off of the players who played in the event, usually events that have a lot of higher rated players are going to have slightly elevated ratings as well. But this doesn't usually end up making a big deal in the long run. It's just a little bit harder to get those super high ratings at your local C tier. The exact process that the PDGA uses to calculate a round rating is actually an industry secret that they don't tell us the fine details of. But calculating a player rating is a little bit more straightforward. Broadly speaking, it's just an average of a given player's round rating, but there's a little bit more to it than that. The system likes to have at least 8 rounds, and it'll go back up to 2 years if you don't have 8 rounds on your rating. If you have more than that, it'll just use all of the rounds within the most recent 12 months. Also, your most recent 25% of rounds, your most recent quarter, is going to be weighted double when calculating that average. So if you've played poorly in the past and you've started playing better, that improvement is going to reflect a little bit quicker in your rating. Also, rounds that are more than 100 points below your rating or more than 2.5 standard deviations away from your current rating won't be counted when calculating that average. If you've never heard of PDGA ratings before, it can be hard to tell what a good rating is or what you should expect. So I'll start with 900 and work my way up to the higher ratings. A player that is below or at 900 rated is probably the typical golfer that you'd see on the course. They're going to have some struggles with consistency, struggles with putting, but they're going to have a good time on the course, and that's probably going to be the majority of people that you meet. Someone that's rated about 930 and over is going to be it's probably an advanced level player, going to have a fairly consistent game, but not quite as consistent to make the jump up to pro. Typically, your local pro level is going to be at that 970 mark. 970 has a good bit of distance and can make some big putts, but doesn't quite have the consistency to go on tour and sustain themselves on tour. The 1,000 rated mark is a big threshold, that 4-digit threshold to cross. If you're a 1,000 rated golfer, you are really good at disc golf. You have a lot of distance and a lot of control, and you're really good at putting. Above that, you find the players who you see a lot on tour. Above the 1020 or 1040 rated mark, these are going to be the best players in the world. These players throw incredibly far. They make just about every putt they have a look at. They have every shot they need in their game. These are the best players in the world. So ratings are mainly used to actually determine what division you should be playing in as an amateur. Below 900 is the recreational division, 900 to 935 is intermediate, and above that is advanced, but as long as you're not over a given rating, you can play in whichever division you would like. Ratings are also incredibly useful as bragging rights. If you're higher rated than someone else, you are objectively a better disc golfer than them. So that's definitely some effective bragging rights material. But beyond that, ratings really don't describe how good you are currently. They're a reflection of what you've done in the past. So for those of us that struggle with tournament anxiety, or if you've never played in an event, you're really nervous about it, your rating is a reflection of what you've done. So it's not necessarily going to reflect your skill if you didn't perform well at a specific event. But it's important to remember that the only way to overcome stuff like that is to get out there and do it more. So as you play more events, you'll get used to it and your rating will start to reflect your actual skill a lot better. But that is our complete guide to PDGA ratings. Thank you for watching, and let us know down in the comments what your rating goal is or what rating you think you would have if you don't have one yet. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more content on how to become a better disc golfer.